In a saga that spans a century out of its 2 centuries of existence, Argentina's economic narrative has been one of inexorable decline, now grappling with endemic poverty and political and social instability. The country went from place number 1 or 2 in the world to at the beginning of the 20th century to the place 140 right now. This complex backdrop serves as a critical lens through which to view the stunning rise of the politician Javier Milei. After many years of chronic inflation and poverty rate increases, back in 1991, Argentina adopted a series of economic and administrative reforms, including deregulation of markets, the privatization of public deficitarian enterprises, fiscal equilibrium, and the flagship of the program, the convertibility monetary system that tied the peso to the US dollar. After 10 years of successful growth, but with many failures as a product of the endless government appetite for public resources, and including 4 international crises, the tequila, the vodka, the rice, and the caipirinha crisis, the system collapsed. As a result, the Peronist couple joined by Cristina and Nestor Kirchner took power for 16 years, spamming populist policies helped by the price of the commodities, which allowed them to spend virtually with no control because they also had the Congress on their favor. This went to an end in 2017 when the Kirchners were ousted by Mauricio Macri, a prominent businessman who pledged to modernize Argentina and reintegrate it into the global economy. However, Macri faced political landscape deeply influenced by the Kirchner's narrative, which blamed the country's woes on previous privatizations and on labor market flexibilities. Consequently, facing this dilemma, Macri opted for gradual reforms rather than immediate orthodox measures. But he had no time, although he didn't realize back then. The result was a return to power for the Kirchners in the 2019 elections. And under the puppet presidency of Alberto Fernandez, with Cristina Fernandez as vice president, government spending ballooned again, and already by 2021, inflation was skyrocketing. Talking about Javier Milei, it was around 2017 when Macri took power that he first gained national prominence. As you may already know, Milei is anything but a conventional politician. Appearing on TV with his flamboyant style, his rock-style hair, and his confrontational rhetoric, he became a household name as a fierce critic of both the Kirchners and the Macri's policies. Milei foretold the 2018 crisis that would ultimately lead to Macri's electoral demise in 2019. He argued successfully that both Macri and the Kirchners share the same flawed worldview, differing only in the manners. And although he acknowledged that the Kirchners were much more corrupt and that Macri had some worldview correct, he emphasized that neither administrations had addressed Argentina's rampant deficit or had been successful in reducing the burden of the government on its people.